Hi everybody, my name is Eric Swanson with Duraburb here in Orange County, Central Florida, where we bring you Duramax powered GM SUVs. This particular vehicle at the time of the shooting of this video is my wife's personal daily driver. This is our family car. People always ask us, what do you guys drive? Well, here it is. This is a Super Sport Series Duramax Denali. Now, the Super Sport Series, as has been explained before, is the variation where we incorporate the Duramax Allison drivetrain into the 1500 platform. As you see by walking around the vehicle, it maintains a very factory OEM appearance and stance. So, other than the 5-inch stainless steel piece of sewer pipe hanging out the back, and of course the Duramax tags, the vehicle looks like a completely stock Denali. Now, this is actually what we refer to as a Mini-Max. The Mini-Max is the incorporation of a 3/4 ton rear end, but you'll notice the vehicle still retains its factory 6-lug wheels. The way we do that is you have a choice of what rear end you want in your SS Max series. This is the 9.5 inch, and it is a semi-floater. As you can see, it's fully four-linked under the vehicle, just like all the rest of them. But the advantage of the 9.5 is that it does not have axles protruding out as a full floater would. So it allows us to install these billet adapters, which convert the 8-lug back to 6-lug. In addition to converting the lug pattern back so that you can retain the factory wheel, you'll notice when you look down the side of the vehicle that the rear tires, as with all 3/4 ton trucks, are tucked way underneath the vehicle. But in this case, you can see they line up perfectly with the edge of the vehicle. So you have a nice, clean, smooth alignment with the wheels, front to rear. So it sort of kills two birds with one stone, if you will. Now, for our personal family vehicle, for my wife hauling the kids all over and groceries and everything else, we really have no use for four-wheel drive. So what we did was we removed the all-wheel drive components, and this is a 2-wheel drive Duramax drivetrain. Everything stays in its factory position, as with all the Duramax SUVs that we build. Of course, the tuning is handled by the folks at Duramax Tuner, and it's DSP5. This is the Max Effort tune. It is a 525 horsepower tune that makes just over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. It's about the upper limit for a 9.5 inch rear end, but my wife doesn't drag race, so I think we're pretty safe there. Everybody keeps asking us, can you put an LBZ in a GMT 900 platform vehicle? Well, the answer is yes, and here it is. This is an LBZ. It's actually a 2006, and the only reason we did this was because, well, we have personal knowledge of this drivetrain from its birth. It has 346,000 miles at the time of shooting this video, and it has just over 11,000 running hours. Now, you might think that that's a pretty high mileage engine to be putting into a nice vehicle like this, but fact of the matter is, this engine runs just as good, if not better, than some of the low mileage engines. And on this tune, it makes terrific power, averages about 16 in town and right at 25 on the highway. We are planning some suspension changes as well to lower the vehicle a little bit to keep the wind drag out from underneath it, so as those updates come along, we'll let you know what happens. But yes, an LBZ can be rewired and made to conform with the GMT 900 platform. Aside from that, everything else is, well, pretty much all stock, run-of-the-mill stuff. Doing this conversion does cost a couple of $1,000s additional to acquire the harnesses. Even though this looks like an LBZ harness here, which it is all mated and grafted here so that when it comes around to the ECU and communicates with it, this is a 35B for an LMM. Because the computers are different between the LBZ and the LMM. They communicate differently. We often refer to it as the difference between Spanish and Portuguese. For all us average English-speaking folks, it all sounds the same, but in reality it's very different. So we do have to do a conversion process to the LBZ to bring it up to the LMM communication standards. So if you have a LBZ race motor or something that you really want to keep, and you have some personal reason to retain it, then yes, you can keep that drivetrain. Now, the nice thing about these, as we always say, is that everything simply works. She's been at the mall a lot, so it's been idling. So we see we're down around 15. Typically it's up around 16 and a half is what we'll see out of it. But as you notice, there's no funny messages. Everything works, functions exactly as it should. Retain your tap shift and everything, just like you would expect from a Duramax SUV. All the functionality on the dash is compliant with a Duramax, so you get your oil life, your fuel filter life, everything is there just as it should be. And then of course we have all the regular creature comforts. We are using an aftermarket navigation radio now that allows us to utilize a version of Google Maps, which is pretty cool because you get three-dimensional figures and everything when you're driving down the road, so that's kind of cool. But everybody keeps asking us, well, what do you guys drive? Well, here it is. This is my wife's family grocery getter, and this is the SS Minimax. So if you're looking for a Duramax powered GM SUV in the full-size platform, and you want something that gives you everything you're looking for with no compromise, why don't you give us a call here at Duraburb? We'd love to speak to you. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for taking time to watch our video.